Well, we are now joined in studio by Brian Dunn of NCM Sports, who just had that fantastic interview there with Coach Lopes. And we were saying while your interview was running, what a great season it has been this year for vast majority of our teams, but for the football team in particular this year.
Yeah.
And the work that NCM has done, because a lot of that stuff during your interview, had clips of all the work that you guys did this year to broadcast those home games. We understand we're going to try to do Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah, so it's in the planning stage right now, but I talked to our youthful guys at Hickey and Kim Keedy who've done the football games. They're ready to go. They love the idea of it. So really it's about, getting in contact with the right people in Dedham, and we know back here we have the technology to be able to do it live. So if we're able to do that, like I said, no reason why we can't do it.
Right.
Now, have you guys ever done a game on the road before?
We have, actually. This year was the first time we took the truck out anywhere past Norwood. We went to Dedham High School. Mark was there, Sean Hennessy was there to call both the boys and girls soccer games. It kind of went twofold because the boys soccer game was the first annual Morales Cup, so we were able to not only do that in itself, but do that live at Dedham and also do the girls soccer as part of the doubleheader series they had going on there. And it was great. It was a night game. There was a huge crowd there. It really couldn't have gone any better from a broadcasting perspective, from a game perspective. I thought all around it was a huge hit.
Now, I've been at most of the home games, and I've seen you there, I think, at every one. And so I know what the setup that I've seen, at least, for the home games. Take us, a little bit in terms of the prep work that goes in behind the scenes to broadcast these things.
Yeah, so a lot of people may see us, setting up the truck or whatever, but there's a lot that goes on at the beginning of the week too. So depending on when the game is, I personally am reaching out to commentary, whether that be you or Eddie or anybody who's doing commentary for that game, and say, hey, are you available for this game? And we organize that. So that's really the first step, is that we don't really take another step until we know we can secure commentary. But once we have commentary, we start reaching out for crews. So a lot of kids at the high school do a very good job. I want to give a shout out to both Michael O'Donnell and Nate Pusey, both people that have graduated both Norwood High and went on to college and have continued to come back and work for us. And time again, they've stepped up. So a shout out to them crew-wise. But once you get the crew established, depending on the type of shoot that you have and what your plan is, you probably are trying to secure about 4 or 5 camera workers, graphics ops, replay operators, stuff like that. And then they usually come an hour, 2 hours before, depending on the shoot. They help set up, they help do the entire broadcast, they help break down. And that's sort of the rundown of it all. But then afterwards, it's, uploading it to the right channels and making sure the people at home that maybe weren't there can see it again. So that goes to the community channel, it goes to our YouTube page, it goes on our website, video on demand, all that stuff.
Right.
Now, if you guys are able to get this up and running for the Thanksgiving game, which it sounds like is
Right.
probably going to happen, but we
Yep.
don't want to say definitely.
Right.
So we'll obviously have it broadcasted on the Norwood cable station, but
Yep.
also will it be available online for those outside of Norwood?
Yeah, so the thing that is great from a sports perspective, and I was actually talking to Jack Tolman about this a couple weeks ago when we did the playoff game, is that there were people out in Baltimore that were watching our football game because they couldn't be there for whatever reason, which is great because on our website, norwoodcommunitymedia.org, we have all 3 of our channels that you could stream at any point. So phone, tablet, computer, whatever you have, you can access our content 24/7. And when we are live, it appears there too. So in the example of if we were to do a Thanksgiving football game, yes, it goes on our channels, but simultaneously it goes anywhere. So if you're in Dedham, Foxborough, the Cape, doesn't matter. Like you can watch us wherever.
Right. And on Thanksgiving Day, so if you think about it, like say you maybe are at a local watering hole, or you're putting your turkey in the oven, you could start watching football literally starting at 10:30.
Right.
Watch all the way through that, then you can pick up the Lions game, the Cowboys game, and
Right.
so you could start watching football on Thanksgiving like bright and early in the morning.
Thanksgiving football is synonymous, and I think everybody around here looks forward to this game.
Yeah,
You'll ask anybody around, they're looking for the game in some capacity, whether they're going to the game or they're talking about the game. I know places like Lewis's and Limey's, I think, put the game on.
Yeah.
So it's just those kind of things. We know that the audience is there if we want to do this. And we know that obviously the live factor is huge because a lot of people, like you said, are preparing for their Thanksgiving meals or with family or whatever, and a lot of people I think would love to enjoy that as part of their morning routine. So we're really hoping we can get it done.
Yeah, I have a screenshot picture from a couple of years ago when I was doing sideline reporting for the game that somebody took down at Lewis's while they were enjoying brunch before the game.
Brunch.
So yeah, I'll always have that picture too. So I mean, people definitely want to watch it. I
Yeah.
remember them saying, "We're watching it at Lewis's right now," and the place was going nuts.
Yeah, I think it's
awesome.
great.
Right. I think if you think about it this way too, if it were at Norwood, like last year we did it, and obviously it was less than ideal temperatures.
little
I think
chilly.
I think it was below freezing at some
chilly.
point.
Yep.
But we still were able to do it live, and
Yeah.
we did, the pregame show and all that stuff. So I think being at Dedham obviously adds another element to it because it's on the road, and but like I said, if we have the technology to do it and we have the manpower to do it, there's no reason why we can't do it. So I think it's just about making sure we have both those elements secured, and we'll be ready to go.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I know that you and your entire crew this fall anyway, you've covered every sport.
Right.
Some multiple times. You've had a bunch of live stuff. You've had an amazing crew of students that have come in to help set up and to run these things, and it's not easy to do. But on behalf of everyone at NCM, and the board of directors, for all the work that you guys have put in so far this year, the sports coverage has been fantastic.
And thank you.
Second to none.
And a big shout out goes to the crew as well. Those kids who are, in school during the day, but come after school and help us out. And like I said, guys like Mike O'Donnell and Nate Pusey, they're, frequent people that help us out in our sports broadcasts and the commentary as well. These things don't go on unless we have the people that volunteer their time to call the games as well. So it's not just our effort. It's a lot of moving parts coming together. And like I said, we were able to do every sport. We try to do every sport live depending on what we do, but like I said, we were able to get every sport covered, which is my ultimate goal as sort of the liaison for these seasons. But again, another successful season. I was super proud of what we were able to do. Like I said, we were fortunate enough to have a lot of teams go into the tournament, field hockey and football. So we were able to cover that as well. But overall, another successful fall season, and a couple weeks later, it kind of picks right back up with the winter.
Roll back right into winter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.